Okay.
No, Cole, don't worry. I don't think Cole made it go live. He went here and then he said to just fill this out and then we would go live.
Okay, yeah, just go edit and see what happens. Okay, so just put Guna. Okay, and now, there, yeah. Okay, I think this is gonna work.
Because now it says live.
Okay.
So it should be live. And then I want to double check this because I don't want the YouTube one to be. Yeah, that one. There.
Now,
should
it's
work.
live now. Victory! The man.
Remember, that's the stop.
Thank you. The man, my child. Yes.
And
thank
then make
you.
sure to check YouTube to see if the YouTube.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you. Oh, it rhymes. Can you check YouTube and see, and then just message me? Love you. Victory. Namaste. We did it. Okay, so welcome everybody. Namaste. We are so live. Okay, what an adventure. So namaste everyone. My name is Shantal. I'm so excited right now because we just got through it to the other side in 20 minutes. Are we late? Absolutely. And that is okay. Next to me is Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, everyone.
Lisa, can you describe what the last 20 minutes was like for you, getting us live streamed on YouTube, She Achieved Studio, and Facebook? What was that like?
For me, it was easy for me. I just had to sit and wait patiently, which was absolutely fine because I got to witness and witness how you and your son interact in working through an obstacle, and it was good for me to be able to see that side of your interactions. So yeah, and thank you so much to Andrew for pulling it all together for us and not losing his cool with older, not so tech savvy ladies.
With the mama.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa. So what happened is we practiced this sharing of the screen and going live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time using a streaming software and a plugin with that. And we did this a few days ago. We got it all ready. We got all of the obstacles that we thought out of the way and hoping it would be smooth sailing for 9:30. Well, Lisa and I were on at 9:30. My child, Andrew, who I woke up from his slumber at 8:45, we're already trying to get everything sorted so it could go smooth, and it didn't go smooth. And isn't that the teaching? We can plan, absolutely. We can plan and plan and plan until the cows come home, and yet there can still be an unforeseen circumstance or an obstacle, physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally, or spiritually, that shows up that you either work through or it halts you. It stops you. Okay? And this is life. Now, all of you viewers out there that are watching this live stream or recording, please feel free to comment. This is, it's really got to be interactive. So you comment at any time and we will comment back. And does anyone relate to that? You're planning something to the T, and something happens and it doesn't work out as you planned. Then what? Right? Has that ever happened, Lisa, other than today for you?
Oh, definitely. Definitely it has. And I feel that in the past, I probably would have let it completely destroy my mood. Perhaps everyone around me's mood too. Sometimes it's best for me to, pull myself out of those situations and go be by myself. But definitely would have wrecked my whole day because of not being able to get past it or not being able to move through it.
Yeah, absolutely. And really that happens, I think, a lot in life. Where, during COVID, when they were talking, a word that came up was uncertainty. In these times of uncertainty. And I look at it as every minute, every breath is uncertain. So we have gotten used to thinking that our ducks are in a row and something happens and throws it off path. And then what do we do? And this is a great segue into why we are all here, the Gunas. And for a lot of people, the word Guna or Gunas is a new word. It's like, well, I've never heard of that word before. And it's like, great. So let's come in with an open mind, a childlike wonderment, curiosity, and learn about the Gunas. So today, Lisa and I are here. And now that we know it works, and I do need Andrew's assistance, there are 2 other Facebook Lives that we will be hosting. And those are on She Achieves Studio Facebook page. And hopefully next time they will be on time at 9:30. So because we said that this Facebook Live was 45 minutes if we started at 9:30 and we started a half hour late, we'll maybe go for sure 15 minutes till 10:15 and maybe a few minutes over. We'll see how it goes. So thank you, everyone. Kelly and Candace are messaging, commenting. Namaste. Thank you for joining as well. So the Gunas, let's get into it. The Gunas are the 3 universal attributes or qualities of everything. And I am talking everything in the universe, from a toenail to a candle, to a thought, to a memory, to a piece of clothing, to a tattoo, to eyelashes, to spaghetti squash, to a hamburger, to grief, to regret, to any other type of emotion, to a prayer, to a yoga practice, to a car, to the gas that fuels the car. Everything is made up of the 3 Gunas. And we can relate the Gunas to something physical, something emotional, energetic, mental, or spiritual. Okay? So the first Guna is, Lisa, do you want to wave your Guna prop? Yes.
Sattva.
Sattva. So the first Guna is Sattva, Sattva. And Sattva is what element, Lisa?
Air.
Air. What can you tell us of what you know about Sattva Guna?
Sattva is the lightness that I feel when I'm having a good day. It is being outside in the sunshine and feeling the wind on your face. It is knowledge and wisdom.
Absolutely. It's harmony, purity, air element. So think of air element. Air can be, when it's in excess, as like anything, when it is excess, it is turbulent, a windstorm, a dust storm, a tornado. When it is empty, it is a sense of I can't catch my breath. I can't breathe in. I feel claustrophobic, restricted. And then there's equal, which is harmony and purity and calm and space. And like you said, looking up to the sun on a beautiful day, like this morning here in Fort McMurray, it was a beautiful morning, very sattvic. Okay, so sattva, equal sattva, is the harmony and the balance that perhaps we all strive for. Okay, then we have the next guna is Rajas guna, fire element, hot, inflamed, can be aggressive and irritated, can be damp, dull, cool if it's empty. If it's excess, that is where that irritation and inflammation comes in. So what is an equal charge, Lisa, in your eyes of Rajas guna?
For me, it's putting things into action. It's being productive. It's having a conversation that maybe needs to be had, and having a constructive solution come out of a conversation. It's all of those things getting checked off my to-do list. It's all of those things that give me this sense that I am accomplishing things.
Absolutely. Motivation, action. So when we look at fire element in the physical body, it is metabolism. It is our bodies metabolizing the food that we eat, keeping the good stuff, and hopefully eliminating the toxic or everything that we don't need. Now, this again can happen physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally, and spiritually. Okay, so just like anything, it can be excess or empty, because we do live in a world of polarities. We do live in a world of moon and sun, light and dark, life and death, good and bad, heavy and light. Okay, and in Guna Yoga School, which is the 200-hour international yoga school that all of this comes from, and that Lisa actually is a part of right now, we see that the gunas can bring us into a state of harmony and balance while we're navigating between these two polarities that the world is so stuck in. Okay. All right. So last one. What is the last guna, Lisa?
The last guna is tamas, or the earth element.
And earth does include water, because a lot of people are like, well, where's water? Because we're in those four elements. So different lineages, traditional Chinese medicine, Hinduism, what's the other one? There's other, any type of lineages that you learn from have different aspects of the elements. So the gunas include air, fire, and earth, and we just include water in earth because on earth we have earth and water. Okay, so this tamas, we call it tamas guna, and tamas guna is earth element. So what does that mean to you, Lisa?
Tamas guna is when I'm feeling heavy, or needing to rest. It's being maybe introspective, looking inward, spending time by myself, maybe getting outdoors and just being outdoors, not necessarily doing anything. It's, the times when you take a warm blanket and curl up on the couch and watch a movie that feeds your soul. It's those types of things for me where I just am honoring that maybe my body doesn't really want to do anything today.
Absolutely. So tamas guna is inert. It's heavy. It's rest. It's dull. Okay, it's tamasic energy. And again, just like anything, it can be excess. So excess tamas guna is maybe laying in bed for 3 days, watching Netflix. Been there, done that, canceling the day, just can't move the body, feeling very heavy. And then empty tamas is referred to when we feel again that claustrophobic. No. Incorrect. Claustrophobic would be excess tamas, right? Like a tight cave, feeling restricted. Empty tamas would be like excess sattva, excess air, all over the place. I don't have grounding. If you are empty in tamas energy, you feel scattered. You may feel scattered. You may feel aloof. You may feel like your head is in the clouds or lost in space. And then equal tamas is when you do get the rest. When you do take time out of your day and not make it a big deal, but take some rest, whether it's your head on your desk listening to a 5-minute meditation. Maybe you have a yoga mat if you're in an office and you lay down for a 5-minute shavasana to recharge. So coming back into all 3 gunas, we have, where did it go? Sattva. Everybody repeat after me. Sattva, which is air. Rajas, which is fire. And tamas, which is earth. Okay. So we can experience the gunas physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally, and spiritually. And in Guna Yoga School, in the manual, we call these 5 layers what, Lisa?
The koshas. Those are the koshas.
Thank you. Koshas. So let's go into an example of rajas, fire element. If I were to feel excess rajas physically, my cheeks would probably get red. I would get really hot. Going through menopause, hot flashes are very rajasic. I feel inflamed. Maybe my toes get inflamed as well. Maybe I have a burning in my stomach. Emotionally, how would excess rajas show up, Lisa? Like for you?
Emotionally,
yeah,
that would excess rajas would be anger, maybe lashing out at people, maybe just throwing things, or yes, exactly, sitting there not talking to somebody because you're just vibrating with anger. And it could come out for someone who doesn't maybe experience a lot of anger. It could also come out in like excessive cleaning, or it just, needing to like take control of everything. So just doing everything.
I love you. I just love the intelligence that you exude. I'm always in awe, Lisa, just blown away. Absolutely. So I don't know, have you ever been angry and clean the house like to a speck, or vice versa. You start cleaning and then you get angry. Right? It can work both ways.
Definitely.
So energetically, same thing. And energetically, when we talk about the energy body, it is like the subtle body, the koshas, that kind of energy, what energy you exude. Maybe you're really rammy. Maybe you're waiting in a lineup at Tim Hortons coffee and you're already excess rajas and irritated, and then it's really only a minute that you're waiting, but it might seem like 10 minutes and you get all mad and angry. That's energetic, the energetic kosha. Mentally, how about mentally, Lisa? What shows up for you when you notice that you're mentally excess rajas, Guna?
I think for me, I will replay conversations in my head. And if I don't like, the way I'll put that story on repeat and constantly argue back in my head about how it maybe should have gone, or, thinking about something someone did that angered me and sitting in it for way too long, just, until it wrecks my mood. And
Yep. And attachment. We can be addicted to drama, especially if we've grown up in a dramatic household or as a child. It can be something that our nervous system and subconscious constantly goes back to as our fuel for the day. And this is why the gunas are so amazing. And this is why we're sharing this, because learning the gunas takes the attachment. It unattaches or deattaches the attachment like little leeches from experiences. And we can look at these experiences that maybe we've been attached to, addicted to, or controlled by as something apart from who we really are. And we can see it for what it is. Oh, well, this feeling of irritation and aggravation that I have with this person is either air, fire, earth. Well, it's fire. Is it excess or empty? Well, it's excess. Okay. And then we talk about how we calm that. And what it does is learning the gunas creates space between you and the experience with a person, place, or thing, whether that experience is physical, emotional, energetic, mental, or spiritual, because it all shows up on different layers. So then mentally feeling like that, holding on to that conversation, it really drains. It can be a misuse of energy, because in Guna Yoga school, the manual states that we only have so much energy that we're born with. We don't get more energy. We don't get rid of energy. We can only transform energy. So if we make a conscious or unconscious decision that I'm going to stay excess rajas in my mind with this person, it's always going to be there and it's going to consume you. And I don't know, to me that doesn't feel very good at all.
No.
To me, I want to work through that. And I find a lot, some people come up and say, well, I'm not ready to do the work. You know what? We will never be ready. That's not what this is about. It's about honoring how you're showing up in that moment and honoring it all and knowing that it doesn't have to consume your identity or your personality. It's only something that you're experiencing. So it creates space so we can create a greater whole within us, so we see that greater whole around us in people, places, and things. Okay, so let's go. If we're feeling excess rajasic spiritually, how do you think that would show up, Lisa?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel maybe just being scattered, maybe all over the place, not sure what I believe, not sure maybe my convictions are being tested, my morals, my values, and just maybe being scattered a little, untrusting. Yeah.
Yep. Frantic.
Frantic, yes.
Feeling frantic in the spiritual body.
Mm-hmm.
And trying everything. Okay, I'm gonna read the self-help book. I'm gonna do tarot cards. I'm gonna go to Shantal at She Achieves Studio. No, I'm gonna go to Oxygen. No, I'm gonna go to the district. I'm gonna go to all of them, and I'm gonna do everything all at the same time. And that's how we can experience excess rajas energy spiritually. So we basically did. I think we covered all 5 koshas for rajas. Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember
I
either.
think so.
I think so. So it can show up in many different ways. And the whole point of teaching the gunas, through whether it's through yoga, through nutrition, through a moon ceremony, through Guna Yoga teacher training, through the Strong and Sexy Soul, which Lisa and I are collaborating on right now, a very safe and powerful space for women to explore themselves more than the experiences. That's the Strong and Sexy Soul. So that's coming up soon. That's something we're working on. But regardless of how you learn the gunas, what it does is it gives you space to step back from the attachment of the experience. Whether it is living in the past, which is a huge energy drainer, and living in the past would be what guna, Lisa? Living in the past.
Tamas.
Would that be excess or empty tamas?
That would be excess.
Yeah, it would be totally excess. What about skipping to the future, worrying about the future, worrying about, oh my gosh, how many people are going to show up to our next Facebook Live next week? What am I going to do in the next 3 hours? Where am I going to go in 6 months? What guna would that be?
That would be sattva. That would be excess sattva.
Yeah. So just like, and I love the gunas because, again, it takes all of the confusion and discord and discombobulation that we may feel, and it brings it down into its most simplest form. Because if we can bring everything in our life, everything, physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally, spiritually, everything into air, fire, or earth, wouldn't it be worth you learning more about how to do that and how it fits in?
I can speak from experience. I'm about halfway through my Guna Yoga teacher training, and I didn't really have a full understanding of what I was getting into when I signed up. I just knew I wanted to get back on the mat and work with you. And I'm telling you, it has completely transformed my life. I'm not saying that things are perfect and everything is wonderful and rosy and I'm always in a great mood. But I pay attention to how I show up now, and I really consider what is going on in all of the koshas at any given time when I'm feeling extremely off. I feel like I'm learning the tools to help me be the person I'm intended to be, the person that I was always meant to be, instead of hanging on to having that attachment to things in my past, to things that I have no control over coming up. And it's really, I often say that a lot of times I feel like I've just gained my footing and then someone pulls the rug out from under me. This is making it so I don't need to worry about that rug anymore. I can find my own footing and nobody else has any control over that. the control and the power is within me, and I just need to tap into it.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, and the honesty as well. So for those of you who are watching again, either the live stream or the replay, if you can tap in right now and without overthinking it, just ask yourself, do I feel right now, what am I noticing physically? Are you noticing you feel more airy? Do you notice if you're feeling more fiery, or do you notice if you feel more heavy? Like, just check in and feel free to comment as well. So some of the comments are by Candace. Thank you, Candace. And Kelly, thank you. And Tammy's watching as well, we see. And Candace mentioned, are you talking about me right now? And that's the thing. Guna yoga and the gunas are inclusive. Like, sometimes it can be a challenge for the mind to comprehend how big and yet how simple we can streamline life, because the universe is huge. The universe is huge. We have so much going on. Technically, in our homes, at work, our wishes, our dreams, our disappointments, our ecstasies, all of that matters. And when we streamline it down to air, fire, earth, we really bring all of that confusion into something so simple. Now, it may not be easy, yet it is accessible. Now, it's only accessible to you if you are willing to be open to learn. If you are not willing to learn, if you're not open, like, we love you, peace out. Like, peace out, sat nam, wherever you are, okay, in this journey. We honor it all. It's not for us to force anything on anybody, because we do that in other parts of our life, right? We try to project our thoughts, and we try and find, like you said, Lisa, the control. We try and find control over people, over things, over situations, and power over is limited and it's dangerous. Power within, when we embrace the gunas and we learn and we're willing to learn, gives us power within, which is infinite. Okay? And there's a big difference. There's a big difference between living with power over, whether it's power over within yourself or power over a situation with a person, place, or thing. And some ways that we try to regain our power is by regain power over is by gossiping, is by maybe feeling that we're not good enough, so somebody else has power over us, or by us thinking we're better than somebody else, or by re-enumerating that conversation over and over and over. And that is unhealthy. So why not acknowledge that is happening in your life, and excess rajas, excess or empty sattva or tamas, and excess or empty guna. Learn about that guna and then apply the antidote to your life, physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally, and spiritually.
And I know you said earlier that it's not necessarily easy, because it's the work. You have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be open to receive the teachings. But it is quite simple when you break it down. It's simple and it is accessible. Anybody can do this, and can look at their lives objectively if they're looking at situations, person, place, thing, through the gunas.
Yeah, exactly. And Candace said scattered. I'm feeling scattered. So that would be excess sattva. Yeah. Overwhelmed, don't know if I'm coming or going, happy or angry. So yeah, that's like I visually see that kind of like a whirlwind, a tornado, and things are coming up and scattered all over the place. So when that happens, we need a sense of grounding. So
Right.
a lot of times when we're not aware of the gunas, we automatically go to our default that the subconscious has already pre-planned because we've been there so many times. So it's just a matter of sitting down, being willing, and organizing and learning something new. Now the beautiful part about guna yoga and the gunas is that it's sustainable. Because why do something in your life, especially doing this inner work, when it's not sustainable? Because then we sort of bunny hop all over the place. And again, that would be excess sattva or even excess rajas, maybe, right? Running in place, feeling like you're not getting anywhere. So we look at this very personal. We look at you, whatever you are experiencing, not to try and change it. It's not up to us to do that, but it is up to you, if you are willing, to become more conscious. You may not know what to do about it, but at least you have that consciousness and you're ready to plant the seed. Then we go from there. And we deliver the content of the gunas on all of the levels, on all of the koshas, and you definitely have a larger opportunity to have a more clear and conscious energy direction with people in your life, with relationships in your life, with relationships within yourself, whether it's with partners, work people, like teammates, employees, staff, your children, your partner. And it gives you that aerodynamic energy direction. So we're not wasting energy on living in the past. We're not wasting energy worrying about the future. We are here right now. And in order to do that, we have to be willing to maybe be uncomfortable. But that's why this is so amazing, is it holds you. Even though you're uncomfortable, we hold you, we hold space with you to be able to get through that uncomfortableness to the other side. Because how's, like you said, Lisa, at the beginning, you weren't really sure what it was all about, and now you've been with it. We're about halfway through the yoga teacher training, and do you feel that some of that unsteadiness, you've gotten through that, and it's starting to evolve into something else and change form and maybe even be alchemized into another type of energy?
I definitely feel that. I have felt a major shift within me, um, to not, not be so reactive, to things that are maybe happening around me. I know I can speak for myself and the ladies that are in my class. It's definitely a safe space where I can be heard and just be honored in whatever I'm going through. And I know I feel the same way. I honor the other ladies in the class when they have stuff come up that they need to talk about or work through. That is one thing that is an absolute guarantee. And I know too that it's so healthy for women to have other women in their lives where they feel they can just be 100% authentic and there's no judgment. For me, that was something in my past that I felt a lot of time happening to me was I felt people's judgment, whether it was accurate or not. That was the what constantly came up in my life. I don't feel that at all here, and I feel the pull to share sometimes, even when I think to myself, I am going to, not get involved. I'm not going to say anything. Nobody needs to hear my stuff today. But those are the times when I have benefited so much from sharing what's going on with me because I'm being heard and being honored and being held in a safe space.
Exactly. And I appreciate that. Thank you, Lisa, like so much. Because if we don't feel safe, it's really hard to feel pleasure. If we can't feel pleasure, if we're unable to feel pleasure because we don't feel safe physically, emotionally, energetically, mentally, spiritually, okay, we don't feel safe, hard to feel pleasure, hard to bring action into that pleasure, hard to feel self-compassion and unconditional love, hard to speak our truth and say what we really mean versus playing small. Say what you want to say, but say it with love.
Yes.
Say it with conviction. Say it with sovereignty. Okay? If we're not feeling safe, all of these things aren't happening. Our intuition is closed off, and we may not feel connected. And those are all the chakras. So it all starts with Muladhara. It all starts with the root chakra. It all starts with the seed that we're planting and what we're going to feed that seed. So we start at the beginning in safe space. And that's what I love. I love holding space for the big things, for the shit storms, for all of the disappointments, the grief, the shame, the blame, because they are real. And if we're looking at holistic, the word of balance and holistic healing, that means we got to include all of it. The good, bad, sad, ugly, mad, ecstatic, passion, denial, fiery, airy, earthy. We include it all. And I think that's really, really important. So holding space is really important. We're not here to fix anyone. We're not here to give anyone, you have to do these three things, and then you'll be healed, right? And I am definitely not a healer. Nope. I am a conduit of universal guidance that I hold in deep reverence and respect, because there is that open channel. I am a hollow bone. And because of that, because I've done my work, and it's been pretty bloody messy. It's been blood and guts, I'm telling you. It ain't always pretty. But when we get to the other side, when we're able to be held in safe space and we get to the other side, that is where that beauty is. That is where we feel that balance. That is where we can look at a situation and experience in our life and not take it personally. Beautiful. Thank you for that. So this is our card as we're going to finish our Facebook Live right away. And thank you, Candace, for your comment. She's like, yes, that's me 100%. Absolutely. We experience these things, yet it's not our identity. And we want to learn how to separate that. And that's what learning the gunas is all about. So here the card is Anahata chakra. So, that corny saying, until you love yourself, how can you love things in life or love others? And I always used to think that was so corny. I would just be like, right? And then because I was in a state of excess rajas, I was judgmental, very judgmental way years back. And now seeing it, it's like, it is true. We got to love every piece of us to be able to come into integrity and whole. So I'll be posting the card reading, the story, in the comments of this Facebook Live after. So this is the ending. Lisa, do you have any final or closing remarks?
I don't think so. I think when I had something I had wanted to add when you were talking about the safe space. Oh, not wanting people to fix things. So I think maybe as women, this is why we don't reach out, because we don't want those judgment pieces coming in from other people. Like if we ask for help or if we try to talk things out or whatever. For me, I know I shut down a lot and keep things to myself a little bit more often than I should, because I don't want people to try to fix things. And that is one of the benefits from doing this with you, is that I have learned how to hold space for other people, but I have learned how to be held. And I really appreciate the times when I can voice what I'm going through. We had just experienced that on the weekend in class where I was really struggling, and you knew I was struggling. And I shared that I was just having a terrible day and I was in a terrible mood, and nobody tried to fix it. And I felt the most seen and heard that I had felt in a very long time. Everybody just sat back, listened, and gave me the opportunity to explain what was happening, and then we moved on. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And that's what sharing space with somebody should look like. And that's what you will get when you join Shantal for Guna Yoga School. That's what you will get.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And it's hard. And we also, coming up in the last half of the Guna Yoga teacher training, we look at how to hold space, because people don't like to feel uncomfortable, especially if someone else is uncomfortable. And you can, I'm not saying it's like the best feeling ever, but you can learn how to hold space when someone else is feeling uncomfortable, like you said, without fixing. This ain't about fixing at all. Not at
It's
all.
up to me to fix.
Well,
right? It's up to me to fix. Yeah. And it's so valuable when I can just share and then I can figure it out.
Yeah, we definitely,
because you've given me the tools.
Exactly. Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. I love it. Yeah, because we deliver the content, you learn the tools, then guess what? You get to go out and play with it and see what works and what doesn't. But always knowing when you come back, you'll always be held. And just remember, the more that we open up, the more that we do the work, the more that the universe is going to mirror back to you, because the universe doesn't give you what you want. It mirrors back to you where you are. So remember that when you're like, I'm asking the universe for this, I'm asking the universe for that. Well, it really wants you to own up to it and own where you are. Then it'll mirror back to where you are, which I absolutely love. So in closing, let's take a deep breath together, everyone. You can rub your hands together. Bring the thumbs to the heart center, elbows out, heart open, head humbled. And together, breathe in, navel, heart, third eye. Open mouth, gentle sigh. And the work here is now done. The work here is now done. And the work here is now done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho. Thank you, Lisa. From my heart to yours, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Shantal.
Excellent.
I've enjoyed this a lot.
So much fun, right? And
yeah,
I'm asking everyone to, if anything resonates with you, or if it doesn't resonate with you, whether you feel sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic, comment. This is what we're here for you. We're sharing this for you because we're doing the work. It never ends. We're on the other side, and we want to share this because it really can help alleviate excess or empty emotions, sensations, thoughts, attachments, wherever you are. Join us for the upcoming 2 more Facebook Lives. It's all on sheachievesstudio.com. Share this live with others. Invite them to join our upcoming lives. And if you're interested in Guna Yoga, International 200-hour yoga teacher training, I will be holding a summer school coming up soon, and it's limited to 5 people because it is a very safe space. It is a very intimate space, so you can message me as well. And stay tuned for the Strong and Sexy Soul for Women coming up with Lisa and myself. You can message She Achieves Studio at any time, and we'll give you more information. There is also a 2-hour workshop coming up, excuse me, It is a paid workshop that Lisa and I will be hosting about the gunas coming up in a few weeks as well. So you can dive more into the gunas within and around you. Again, just DM me, DM Lisa as well if you like, and we'll set you up with getting into the live, the training, or just holding space for you. Beautiful. And that is it. That is all. Love you all. Peace out.
Love you. Yay, the balloons came.
Bye-bye.
Bye.